I wrote the book Zebras and Cheetahs, I was trying to get attention for the book. It's hard to sell a book. If you ever want to try to sell something, write a book and try to sell it. And I was doing a book signing at the airport, Nashville Airport. Nobody knew who I was. These little authors would come over there with their book, and they would bring a pen, and they'd sit there at a little thing, and they'd just wait on people to buy the book. People just walk by them, walk by them, walk by. And I watched this, and I said, man, nobody's buying their book. And I wrote a book called Zebras and Cheetahs. I said, how can I get attention at the airport? So I called over to the zoo, and I tried to rent a real-life cheetah. You should have heard this phone call. I'm like, this is Coach Burt. I got a new book out called Zebras and Cheetahs. I'm wondering if I could rent one of them cheetahs. And they said, no, man, it's a wild animal. Can't have a cheetah running around the Nashville airport. And so I said, what's the next best thing? Like, what can I bring over to get attention? So we got all these cheetahs, zebras and cheetahs, fake zebras and cheetahs. We wore these ugly zebra print jackets. We brought a camera crew with us because when cameras are involved, people think you're important. And we walked through that airport, strutting through there with them zebra print jacket on with an entourage of people. You know what we did? We sold the most books they have ever sold in a one-day signing at the Nashville airport. Hudson came to me and said, we want you to do a book signing every weekend. I'm like, I'm not doing one every weekend. We created so much commotion that people would come over and just look at me and go, I don't know who you are, but you must be famous. And they'd buy 10 books. I'd sign them. Thank you for buying the book, Zebras and Cheetahs, right? Here's my point. I'm just now learning how to market myself. For years, I didn't know. I was a good coach, but a poor marketer. Don't matter how good of a coach you are if you're bad at marketing. All of us, to grow a business, have got to become world-class promoters. Yes or no? My daughter's watching that show, The Greatest Showman. It's about P.T. Barnum. She watches that show every night. And I asked her, what are you learning from that show? And she said, man, he had a tough life. People didn't like him. They were against him. I said, no. What you need to be learning from that show is P.T. Barnum was one of the greatest promoters of our time. He knew how to get people to the circus. Because once they get to the circus, see, some of you think, I'll just be really good and everybody, the whole world will know it, which is what I thought. I'll be a great coach and the whole world will know it. And I'm like, no. I need to become known. Okay? When I spoke at 10X, we made $1 million from me speaking for an hour at 10X. Why? Because I was in front of 10,000 people at one time. Does everybody see that? We didn't make $1 million that day. We made $200,000 that day. Would you take $200,000 for an hour speaking? Yes or no? But here's what that taught me. I need to be on a stage with 10,000 people every week. Yes or no? It's sheer volume. It's just sheer volume. And when you get in front of that many people, if you're any good at all and you have anything to say that's valuable, somebody's going to buy something from you. You know what product I was selling? $497. Did $200,000 me selling a $497 product. I didn't know how to pitch it. If I was as good then as I am now at pitching my services, I'd have made $2 million that day. And it taught me a valuable lesson, man. We got to become known in the world. It's so much easier to sell something when we're known. You know why? People take your phone call. People listen to you. People want to talk to you. You got to understand this. Branding comes before marketing. And I didn't understand this. Like 2 years ago, I wouldn't spend any money on my videos. So I'd have these videos have 100 views or 200 views. And a branding guy came along and said, man, nobody knows who you are. You're the best kept secret in the whole self-help industry. He's like, you got to first understand. They got to see you over and over and over. How many videos do I do now? I mean, look at how many videos I pump out. It's probably 1,000 on YouTube. It's like video after Facebook Live, after short video, after Instagram video, after this video. Why? Because that is really the first step to selling, is becoming a known person. Once you become a known person, now, right, that comes before marketing. So branding is becoming known. Marketing is a distribution of a message to people who want it. Right? Marketing is distributing a message. Like, I have this, and you need it. You need it. Marketing is me taking this message right to the people that need it. Everybody see that? That's marketing. I am distributing a message to a person to say, I can solve your problem. I can help you. But what if you don't know me? Okay, if you study my model today, it is push people to something for free. Yes or no? Always have something to push people to for free so they can taste the ice cream and decide if they like it or not. So when my salespeople are on the phone, they can say, hey, just come and join Coach Burt here. Oh, just come and see him here. Oh, let me send this video to you. Oh, let me send this to you. There's no pressure right there. Because I know if Eric calls 80 people and they don't even know who I am, there ain't no way in the world he's selling one thing. But if he calls me and goes, oh, yeah, I watch Coach Burt every morning on YouTube. Or, oh, yeah, I'm already in Coach Burt's online academy. Oh, yeah, I saw Coach Burt speak last week. Okay? Now it's easy to sell something. Okay? We had a person see me speak last week at an event. He went right online, paid $3,500 to come to one of my boot camps. I never had one conversation with him. I've never talked to him. He saw me one time. What's the likelihood of him giving me that $3,500 before he saw me speak? 0. So what is your version of giving? Give something, give something, give something, and then ask for something. Give somebody something. Okay, if you own a detailing business, I know we got people on detailing business, give a free detailing. Come out and clean somebody's car real good one time. Let them see how good it is. Then say, hey, if you ever need this thing detailed again, here's my card. No matter when you call me, I'll be ready. I'll be available. That's a whole lot better way to say it than say, man, no. First time's $100. Give them something. Okay? Selling is outbound effort. If you say, what's a small business really lack? We could go to 20 small businesses right here. I guarantee you, they don't have a sales team. They don't have anybody making an outbound effort. They ain't got anybody making a phone call. Would y'all agree, yes or no? You need an outbound effort every day, working the phones, emails, text messaging, following up with people. Like, it shocks me. One of the reasons I brought Gary Wheeler on is because I want him to build a call center for us. I don't want one Gary Wheeler. I want 25 Gary Wheelers. And I want little seats of people in here all day long making outbound phone calls on every person that's ever watched a video of Coach Burt, every person that's ever liked an Instagram video, every person that's ever come to an event, every customer I've ever had. That's thousands of people to call, by the way. Everybody see that? Now, we're not going to call them, Dre, and try to sell them something. We're going to call them, try to push them to something. See Coach Burt on this video. Watch this live presentation. So we keep a digital assets page that Jack makes that's got this much of my content. And the sales team has the ability to send it to anybody at any time. You say, well, why wouldn't you sell it? I am selling it on my website. But if nobody's buying it, who cares? What I want to do is use it. Eric, take a full day of me doing something and send it to somebody for free. Say, watch this weekend. And you tell me if you don't want Coach Burt to coach you next week. Everybody see that? Use the content you have, okay? So servicing is engagement. Now, let's talk about becoming known. This is my strategy for becoming known in the world. I wrote a book on this called Person of Interest that I most likely will update pretty soon because I wrote the book 10 years ago. Okay? Here's the problem, obscurity. How many of you are real good but nobody knows it? That's your, so what's your problem? Do you have a talent problem or do you have a branding problem? Yeah. Okay? That's a real problem. All right? Now, you take Rutherford County where we live. There's 247,000 people here. All we need is a couple hundred to build a good business. Yes or no? That's how you need to think about it. There's X number of people. I go to Houston every month. There's 6 million people in Houston. Guess what I figured out about building a successful business in Houston? All I need to know is one person that knew a bunch of people. I didn't need to know all 6 million people. I just need to know one influencer, just one. One person that has some juice. Okay? So my main plan to become known is I want to give away free value. And I'm going to have you do this in just a second. What can you give away that's free? With a high frequency and a message. So I got a message, and I'm hitting that message over and over and over and over and over, and it's free. Come on, taste ice cream. It's good. You're going to like it. You're going to want to buy a whole tub of ice cream when I'm done. Right? That's number one. Number two, I want to always push people to something in the future. And I have all kinds of things to push people to. Come to this boot camp. Come to this charity event. Come to this event. Come to that event.